Hey y'all, it's Taylor Bridges back with another review of Life After Lockup Season 4, Episode 45, Blindsided and Divided. Okay, we leave off with Taylor and Chance. She's burning his stuff because she went through his phone while he was in the shower and found what she went looking for and proceeded to set his belongings on fire while pregnant and her daughter's probably home in the bed. I think it's pathetic and unacceptable. Chance has done way worse than this, so cut it. This is the man you chose, and some text messages are where you're going to draw the line with him? So then the next morning, the children are around the house. The baby is screaming. Taylor is applying eyeliner in the bedroom while Chance lays in the bed rolling his eyes. Chance says that the lady in his phone is just a friend and he only deleted her messages so Taylor would stop questioning him about her. And honestly, I don't blame him. That's what happens when people are expecting their privacy to be invaded. That's what they do. They hide evidence. So stop being famous for going through his phone and he wouldn't have to hide stuff. It's his phone. At least let the phone action marinate for like a good year. Then when you have your stuff together and you're ready to leave, if you see some stuff, then and only then do you open the phone, take screenshots, and go on about your life. But don't you dare keep invading that man's privacy when you're not going to leave him. That's rude. Taylor says she doesn't trust Chance right now, but who cares? What does it change? You're still extremely pregnant by him. You still rely on him for basic necessities of life. He's the authority figure of the household that your daughters live in. So what does you not trusting him have to do with anything? What does you not trusting him change? Taylor's mind is super immature. And it's really a shame because she has 4 lives depending on her. This episode, we actually see Taylor 1 week out from delivering her baby. Chance is attempting to make jokes about why he has to be at the hospital and having a baby just isn't that hard, and it's not landing. They show a montage of Chance hustling for any dollar he can make, willing to sell any and everything for $1. And I'm not totally mad at it. You know, if you were silly enough to buy what Chance is selling, then he deserves the dollars and you deserve to be without those dollars. Someone is knocking at the door, and of course it's Bobby. We knew that. Well, I did. She drove down there so she didn't miss the baby being born. And Taylor says it's an 18 to 24-hour drive, so that was super supportive of Bobby. I don't like Chance joking or not really joking about how long he has to stay with Taylor after she gives birth. Like, why does it matter? You're supposed to be there with her as long as she needs you to be. Bobby says she's staying for good, that this isn't just a trip. She's going to be staying with a friend down the street. Is Bobby okay? Is Bobby okay in that scene? I don't know. I couldn't tell. Taylor is now at the hospital preparing to give birth. Bobby can't wait it out the whole time. So she leaves intending to come back the next day. Bobby says she's just triggered being at the hospital. She's just reminded of some of her darker days. And Chance is making it a really big deal. But I think Chance should just shut up and worry about being there for the baby's birth. If Bobby says she's triggered, she should leave and come back. She should not have to inconvenience her health for someone else. Lindsay and Blaine. All I know is Lindsay pushed Blaine on the bed while he was wearing jeans, and that's nasty. Then she's trying to awkwardly seduce him with the cameras in the room as if they're really going to get undressed for national TV. She pulls down his pants and does her best acting job. That was terrible. When she finds his ankle monitor. I don't date jailbirds. So I'm not sure if Lindsay is overreacting or not. I think she is, but I don't have experience in this realm. But I will say that I do feel her being upset about him telling all these other people, except for the woman he lays down with. Like, I don't think that's cool. If you didn't want to tell anybody, that's one thing. But now, like, the whole city, because they live in a small town, so now the whole town knows, except for Lindsay. And you know Lindsay is a ticking time bomb, Blaine. But at the end of the day, I'd like for Lindsay to say what she thinks Blaine should do, other than choose to not be locked up in prison. Like, regardless of what this means for y'all's relationship, this is still the best deal for him to have a semblance of freedom. For him to be on house arrest with an ankle monitor. That's that. But Blaine could have said something right when he found out, so Lindsay could prepare, talk to her PO and all that stuff. So I definitely understand the frustration she's experiencing. Brittany and Marcelino. Apparently, Brittany has moved to Florida. They give us a flashback of Brittany catching Marcelino on hooker sites and texting his penis pics to her best friend. It was a ghetto mess. Marcelino is in Florida too. I'm not totally into their storyline. I think the time has passed for them. I'd prefer Andrea and Lamar over these two. Like, it's just done. Let it go. But their home is nice in Florida. They look like they have a good amount of space for the kids. Marcelino's mom comes to watch the kids so Brittany and Marcelino can have a night out. Marcelino thinks moving to Florida, while they're now at the pub playing some pool. Marcelino thinks moving to Florida is enough to mend the relationship when Brittany has told him she wants him to show up emotionally and romantically for her. So no, it's not enough. But also, we have been talking about this at least for the past now 3 seasons at minimum. So it's a wash. We're over it. Amber and Puppy. Remember, Puppy is at her mom's house telling her how trifling Eric had been talking to his ex-wife and still having sex with her and spending the night with her like a complete scumbag. Before they could even talk for real, Eric is ready to go. Puppy could have said, no, go ahead, I'll meet you back home. Eric figured Puppy and her mom were talking about him, so he's wanting to know what they talked about. Puppy says they didn't discuss anything Eric's not aware of. And I hate when people do this. Just say what the man did so it can be out there. But playing coy and then doing the huffing and puffing when he doesn't even know what's going on is not going to get you any closer to clarity. Like, yes, Eric's a psychopath. Because he knows he just got done doing something wrong. And he's maneuvering like he did nothing. But he doesn't know that you know. And you can't hate on that. So yes, he's going to act normal as if he didn't just cheat on you with his ex-wife. So tell the man what's up and get this stuff popping already. Let's get it popping. Put it out there. Eric's crazy behind turns it back on Puppy not respecting him. And I don't even know why Puppy's even raising her voice getting upset with him. Who cares? I'm not getting upset with over no Eric. Eric ripped, y'all, this was so funny to me. Eric rips the mic off, but this wasn't funny. He was most likely definitely about to hit Puppy. It seemed like before he remembered that Cameron was in the car. Allegedly. That's what I saw. It looked like he was definitely about to, okay. He gets out the car, and this was so funny. Puppy speeds off. Now, on the one hand, I was glad that Puppy sped off because Eric had her messed up. But on the other hand, I don't want Puppy to suffer once Eric makes it back home and the cameras aren't around, if you know what I mean. But it was funny for a moment, looking at him stuck in the middle of the street looking stupid. Next thing we see Puppy, she's in her friend's truck taking all her belongings to her mom's place. I am thrilled that Puppy has family support and she had her mother's support, because Puppy is beyond blessed and she needs to be appreciative of what she has and she needs to get her stuff together. Amber comes by the mom's house and they're all three chopping it up on the patio. Puppy still wants to be with Eric. So go be with him. Go mess up your life if that's what you want for your life then, Puppy. Why not? Cameron and Aries. Cameron is in the studio, and I actually love to see it because I think Cameron is talented. He's not saying all this profound stuff, but he rides the beat super well. Like, he's a vibe, and he's much better than a lot of people we see come on these shows rapping. Heck, his own castmate Michael needs to cut it out. But I do like Cameron pursuing his passion and actually being decent at it. The producer even said, the producer that Cameron was working with in the studio even said that Aries is pretty much a star, and he has star quality. And I definitely think Cameron is pretty decent. I do. I really do. Aries acts like she has her daughter Lena on weekends, and someone is taking care of the daughter full time during the week. That's what Aries acts like. Aries acts like she's a weekend parent. When Cameron makes it weekend mom, like Alex Rogers always says, a weekend mom. When Cameron makes it back home, he's feeling himself. He's lit and all of that. Aries is pissed and she's chastising him. I don't blame her a tad bit because she does need the help. But also, Aries, he can go to the studio for a day. Especially if he really has money stashed away like he says he does. But yes, Cameron needs to get a job. But Aries needs to calm down. You're the one who chose to marry a dude straight out of prison and make him responsible for you and your daughter. Like Aries is some type of delusional. She wants Cameron to pretty much live up her booty hole. Let this man have a day to do what he wants to do without you blowing up his phone. It is gross that Aries sat on the bed on the sheets with his outside clothes. I think that's absolutely disgusting. Then he goes downstairs and breaks the wall decoration that says family. I think both of them need help. They need help communicating and handling their anger. And I think it's wild that all of this is taking place while a 10-year-old girl is resting in the house. Sean and Sarah, now at this point, Sarah doesn't want Sean all of a sudden since she's been talking to Anthony. So, okay, Sarah, if you say so. It's irresponsible if you ask me, but you didn't. Sean has been catching on to Sarah going to her mom's constantly, but he's been catching on that she's not been into him, even though he's been doing the exact things that she's been requesting of him. And so now they're in the backyard and Sean is chastising Sarah about possibly cheating. And she finally tells him about Anthony, and of course Sean is livid. I just don't see what Sarah letting her daughter see her father has to do with why Sarah isn't giving Sean affection and loving all of a sudden. That's what I'm missing. Because I see why Sean is upset. And low-key, he's spot on. He doesn't know he's spot on just yet, but he is. But he did see his ex and the mother of his kids, most of them in secret as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. But yeah, that's the end. That's all I have. This episode was okay. It went by pretty quick. We didn't have Monique and Derek, nor do we have Michael and Justine. So it was okay. But I thank you for tuning in for this short while. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will check the new episode out actually came out tonight. So I'll check that. I'll review it and I'll have that up tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye.